Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 43 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. I would love to say that I just really focused on today and did stuff, but I was really good at thinking about stuff that needed to be done and deciding not to do it. And I kind of feel like I'm avoiding everything today. My tooth is hurting because I broke my crown. And it doesn't hurt all the time, just, random inhale of air or bite down funny or, water, food, whatever touches my tooth. And I need to brush my teeth, but even that hurts when I brush my teeth because my, toothbrush gets on the in between, I think, where the broken crown and the nerves are, and so it hurts. So I'm like, I need to brush my teeth. And I don't want to because it hurts to brush my teeth. So I decided I needed to do something about it today for whatever random reason. So I called the dentist's office. I called them yesterday and got their machine and just hung up. So then I called them again today. And of course my dentist is out of the office because it's spring break apparently. So the earliest I can get in to see him is next Wednesday, which I'm like, don't think that's a good idea to wait that long. So I mentioned it to my dad, and he told me I should get an antibiotic, which actually doesn't seem like a bad idea, because maybe if I get an antibiotic, it might get rid of this cough and whatever else that's hanging on. I know it's technically a virus, but if it's not going away with all this other stuff, and it's been however long, maybe an antibiotic will kick the rest of it out of my system. I don't know. Wishful thinking, hopeful thinking. The only downside to all of this for me is that I don't have any money because I haven't been working. So I don't know how I'm going to pay the dentist to fix my crown. I don't know what I'm going to pay to get my prescription filled because I did manage to get one. And after playing phone tag with the office lady at the dentist, I don't know if they're like, what do they call them? Like front office ladies? They call them secretaries. I don't know what they're called. But anyway, played phone tag, text messaging, whatever, back and forth. She did get me into, I guess, one of the on-call dentists. Well, I don't know this necessarily on-call because it's another dentist that has his own practice, but agreed to take any emergency cases that my dentist might have while he's out of town. So turns out it's my dentist's brother, and it's in my dentist's old office where he used to be. I guess their dad's office is where it used to be. So I'm like, cool. So I know right where it is. It's actually closer to home, which is nice. But the appointment's early in the morning, and I knew that, and it's technically early in the morning, and I should be in bed asleep, and I'm not. So I'm not going to get a lot of sleep. Not that I've been getting a lot of sleep anyway, but anyway. So I have the appointment, and nobody can tell me how much it's going to cost or what they're going to do until the dentist looks at it, and then they'll decide. And I'm like, yay, so I'm going to go in, and then they're going to want money, and I'm going to have to tell them again that I don't have any. So I was just feeling, I don't like feelings, but just feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and feeling like, okay, I just have to go to work. I have to make myself go to work, even though I don't feel good, and hope people don't, hope I don't get in trouble, I guess, for going to work for my job. I just don't want people to report that I'm like sick or coughing or doing kind of random things, because I don't know that I could lose my job, but I could get told to stay home again. And I've already been home. I've been home for like 6 weeks, and it's ridiculous. And I can't afford to be home. I can't even afford to be home for that long. I'm amazed that I've made it this far and that all of my bills are paid, to be perfectly honest. I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. At the moment, I'm kind of wishing I hadn't paid one of my bills so I'd have some money to deal with the whole broken tooth thing. But anyway, I paid the bills, so now I have no money to deal with the tooth thing. So I just, I was crying this morning. I was just frustrated with everything and the whole back and forth thing. And And then I was like, okay, I just need to pull myself together, and this should be motivation to go back to work and to do other things, and started listing in my head all the stuff that I need to do. And then I didn't do any of it because I think I was just feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, and knowing that as much as I want to just jump in my car and go back to work, I know that I'm laying here on my couch and I'm still just wheezing. I can hear myself. It's annoying, the little squeaky noise in the back of my throat because the air's not coming out like it's supposed to, or avoiding the whole coughing thing. And a funny thing is, it's just like, I've mentioned before, like my migraines or other things where I'm just laying around doing nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm totally bored. I have a ton of energy. And I get up to start doing something, and all of a sudden I feel lightheaded. I feel weak in the knees. I start coughing, and I'm like, and my body's reminding me that I'm still sick. And I don't like that. And I don't like that. And I know I was doing a little bit better a few days ago because I was at least making myself do stuff every couple of hours. And I didn't make myself do stuff yesterday or today. And then, of course, I just kept staying up later and later, putting off doing my video because I'm like, I'm having a bad mood. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make a video today. So I'm depriving myself of sleep, which is a bad idea because I've just been avoiding doing my video, which I like. I guess I just feel back to the frustration, back to the feelings. I don't like the feelings. It's the feeling guilty is what part of it made me, and disappointed, feeling a little disappointed in myself, and a little bit discouraged because of everything that's going on right now, mostly with finances and a sore tooth and still being sick, and just, all of that is just, and I have no control over any of it. I have to take care of it because I have to take care of myself. I have to deal with all of these things. And I wish that I had my books published. I wish that I was making a bunch of money. And not that I need to be like super rich, but I wish I was in some situation in my life where money wasn't an issue. So if some emergency came up, I could just pull some money out of a savings account. And, if it's $1,000 to fix a tooth, or, I got to pay, $800, whatever, $400 to get new tires, I have the money to just, okay, get new tires. Okay, fix my tooth. Okay, whatever it is, here's the money. Here you go. Everybody's happy, hunky-dory, whatever. But I don't have that kind of money. If I need to take a couple weeks off, or if I want to go on vacation, I would love to just be like, okay, I can afford to do that. I've got this money, coming in from YouTube videos. I don't make any money off of these. Which, if everybody would like, subscribe, share, I might actually get some. But I probably don't do entertaining enough videos or say stuff that everybody wants to be watching my videos, or at least not enough to ever get monetized for. See, and this is me not believing in myself or trusting God, but I'm still doing the videos, so if they're meant to get monetized, or if I'm meant to make money off of them at some point, I might. That would be awesome. But right now I'm not making any money off of my YouTube videos. I haven't been crocheting anything, so I haven't made any money doing that. I haven't been working. I haven't updated my resume to send to my friend about the job, possible other jobs. I haven't looked into any of those things. I keep thinking about it. They're all things I think about. I just haven't got myself to do. So I've been on a listing things that I'm not doing, listing things that I could do, and listing things that are outside of my control that are affecting my life. And it doesn't mean that that's affecting my life in a negative way. I mean, the secretary, front office lady, was very nice, and she did call on a prescription because I texted my dad about it, and he was like, you need to get on an antibiotic if you're going to, not be able to see the dentist or whatever. And then when I called the other dentist office that I'm going to in the morning, the office lady there was like, oh, is it swollen? Is it doing this? Is it throbbing? Do you need to be on some antibiotics? And I was like, wow, the dentist office didn't offer that, but they did. So I'm like, okay, cool. Got a prescription called in. don't have the money to go pick up the prescription, but I got a prescription called in. So I'm like, I need to go to work. I need to go to work so I can get a prescription, so I can pay for my tooth, so I can pay for all the bills that are due next week. And I I have no energy. And I know I'm getting more energy, and my energy is lasting longer than it has in a long time, but the cough just isn't going away, and I need the cough to go away, and I need to sleep. And I tried to sleep today. I actually decided that I was tired, and I was going to take a nap, and I tried to take a nap, and I think I slept for like 20 minutes, maybe. But then my phone went off, and then my bladder went off, and then I just, did the whole tossing and turning and daydreaming thing, and I was like, and this just isn't working. And then I just got up frustrated again because I can't sleep, even though I'm tired. So, and tonight I have no excuse. I just avoiding doing my video because it meant that I would have to face my feelings, and I would have to face everything that I'm dealing with today. But, I did say a prayer about it this morning, and I did cry to Heavenly Father, and he just let me cry, which is nice, and just a nice reminder that it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to be frustrated. And I shared with my friend, and she offered to put my name on the prayer roll at the temple, and I was like, that's so sweet. And I know that God's been taking care of me and my finances up to this point, and I know He's going to continue to help me figure out what I need to do and how to pay for everything. And I just need to be willing to follow through and to keep doing what I'm doing, and knowing that it's okay, because if it's the best that I can do for the day, then it's enough, and it's okay. And Heavenly Father is blessing me and taking care of me in spite of myself. In spite of my mistakes, in spite of my stubbornness to not do things, in spite of my lack of motivation or my ornery crazy moods and all of that, God is taking care of me. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful that doing these videos helps remind me of things to be grateful for, to put a positive spin on things, and hope that maybe someday I'll make money off my YouTube videos. Someday I'll get my books published and I can make money off of that, and I'll have some other income that's coming in. Maybe I'll get a different job that pays better, and I'll have more income coming in, so I won't be in this situation again. And I keep telling myself I'm going to do that, and I do better, and I get in a better position, and I was doing well, and I was making more money, and I was saving money, and I was excited about everything. And then I got sick, and then there went everything, and I just haven't been able to get back to that. And I know we can't actually go backwards. We all say that trying to get back to something, and it's like, well, I can't actually go backwards in time. I'm technically going forward. I'm technically moving forward in my life, but I would like to get far enough forward that I'm, working again, that I'm able to pay the bills on my own without having to ask for assistance, that I'm not stressing about things, and that money just isn't a worry, isn't an issue. That would be so nice to be in a place where that's not an issue. I mean, I don't have to have a ton of money, but I would like enough excess in my savings that if an emergency like this happens again, it's not something that stresses me out. It's not something I worry about. It's just like, okay, I can just go in and take care of it. It's no big deal. And I haven't been in that situation. I mean, the only time I was in that situation, I think, is when I was living with my grandmother. To be honest, I had a job. I had a regular job. I no longer had to take care of my family. I kind of ditched my family. My sister's still pissed at me for that. Which, technically it wasn't very nice of me to do that, but I needed to get away. It was self-preservation for myself. I needed to get away from home and my siblings, but I was I like 22, 23, and I was at home taking care of my sister, her senior year of high school. My older sister was coming back from teaching English in another country, and I felt I just needed to get away. I had all the adult responsibilities at a very young age, raising my sister that's not that much younger than me, and doing a lot of things. And my grandma said I could come. I asked, and she told me I could come live with her. And so I had a job. All I had was a car payment and I had a credit card that I paid off. And so it's like I was, other than my car that I owed like $3,000 on, I actually had $3,000 in my savings. And I was making like, paying not double, but I was paying probably like $100 extra a month on my car payment because I didn't have any expenses. I paid my grandma like $100 a month to live there. I had a car payment. I had a full-time job, and I was, able to go to school and get financial aid and all of that stuff. So I'm like, I was just paying for everything, and it was okay. And I had extra money, and it was, it was nice. And the only other time was like when I first got married and we combined our income. And thing is, it was all the extra money because my ex could pay for everything before we got married, and I was paying for everything on my own. And then I no longer had a mortgage payment; I just had a car payment. So it's like my income, half my bills like got cut in half without the mortgage. So I had that extra money. And not that it felt like we had a lot of extra money, but I didn't really worry about it. So, we went out to eat a lot and did a bunch of other stuff, so the money always got spent. But I knew we had extra, so if we just cut back on going out to eat and some other things, there would always be money. So, I wasn't worried about it until we got divorced, and then all of a sudden I had a car payment and a rent, and my rent was, like, I can't afford both. I can afford one or the other. I can't afford both. And then, of course, I sunk into a state of depression where I didn't pay attention to my finances and all of that fun, fabulous stuff that I did. So, but, which is sad because I was on top of my finances before that. I was broke, but I, was paying for everything, and it was good. And then I stopped, and then, finally getting everything back in order and feeling good about my life and about myself. And then all of this happens, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm slowly getting better, and I keep thinking I'm going to be able to go back to work and be able to go back to work, even if it's just for a few hours. And now it's like, okay, maybe I will go back to work tomorrow. Maybe part of me is just telling myself I have to, no matter how well I feel. But I think that stresses me out, thinking that I have to do something, and which isn't good because it just creates anxiety and stress, and I'm already not feeling good. So I think I just make myself feel worse, or I do what I did today and I just avoid everything because I don't know how to deal with my emotions. So I'm like, okay, I broke down, I cried, I told people what was going on, I vented, I did all of that, and then I just zoned out for the rest of the day. And even though every time I got up to go get something to eat or go do something, my brain was like, okay, we need to do this, and it'll be good, X, Y, Z, and we can do this. And I'm like, yep, totally need to do that. Yep, totally agree with that. Not gonna do it. I seriously don't know why I do that. I'm insane, I think. Old habits are just hard to break, and emotions are just hard for me to deal with. And I know there's a lesson in all of this somewhere. And I know that Heavenly Father is blessing me. And I know that there's more that I can do. I just don't necessarily know what it is that I'm supposed to do. And maybe I need to spend more time asking God what He wants me to do and listening to the answer instead of thinking that I know what the answer is. And maybe that's part of my problem is I think I know the answers and I think I know the problem. And and then I get frustrated with myself for not doing my answers. But maybe my answers aren't the right ones. Maybe there's something else or some other direction I'm supposed to go in. And I don't know what that is. So maybe I need to spend more time writing and pondering and trying to figure out what direction to go with my life. But I feel like the videos are something I'm supposed to continue to do. And I know I need to get back to my writing. Need to figure out how to get my books published probably. But work, I think maybe it might be a good idea to find a different job. I think that would be a good idea at this point. And I need to go to work. I need to find work. That would be a good thing to do too. So I just need to figure that out. And maybe I'm okay doing just what I'm doing, and I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, and then just have to be patient and wait for everything to pan out, because everything happens in God's timing and not mine. And I don't know what the timing is. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen at some point. Something has to break. Something has to change. It can't stay the same. I can't afford to stay the same. So at some point, I just have to push myself to go. And the funny thing is, I know I'll go to the dentist appointment because I have an appointment, and I'll do stuff because I have to go to the appointment, and I'll do stuff for other things. So it's just, I think sometimes I thrive on stress. And if I'm stressed out enough, I'll either shut down, or I'm like, okay, I'll do something because I just can't deal with it anymore. But also, I think sometimes I'm more inclined to do stuff for other people and not for myself. So if it's money I owe people, I'll go to work and pay the bills. If it's, but I don't go to work because I necessarily enjoy it or want to do it. It's just, and not that I dislike my job. It's a very convenient job, and sometimes there's a lot of nice people to work with, and sometimes there's a lot of stupid people to work with. It's an adventure. It's something different every day, which is kind of nice because I don't like the monotony of things. But at the same time, it's really exhausting, and it's very inconsistent. So I think I need something a little more consistent, and I just need to follow through with that. So lots of things today where I'm all talk and no action. That's how I feel. All bark and no bite. I know at some point I will bite. At some point I will take the action when I'm ready, and I have to just remember that, and I have to remember not to beat myself up because I'm not doing what I think that I need, I'm not doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing, whether it's what I'm supposed to be doing or not. And I'm just not taking into consideration other factors that mess with my mood and my willingness and ability to do things. I do know some of those other factors because I think there was a storm today. I could smell the rain because I opened my windows a few days ago, and I haven't bothered to close them. So when my blinds start going crazy because of the wind outside and you can smell the rain, I'm like, I think there was a storm today. And I know that my mood responds to the weather sometimes. So when it's stormy or cloudy, I don't know, I just automatically get depressed or discouraged. And I've got other things in my life, like my tooth and my finances, that just add to that. And then, of course, it just happens to be that time of month for me as well. So there's just quite a few other things. And then just not being able to sleep didn't help any. And then, of course, when all of those things combine, I just decide I'm not going to do anything, which is just frustrating to me because I know I can do better. I know I had the energy. I could have done more today, and I didn't. So I guess I'm just disappointed in myself. I can say I'm disappointed in myself and just laugh because I'm not perfect. I'm human. I make mistakes, and it's okay. And tomorrow's a new day. We'll try it again. And I know if nothing else, I will take a shower because I'm definitely taking a shower before I go to the dentist tomorrow. And I have to get out of my house because I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. So I don't know what I'm going to do beyond that. Maybe I'll come home and take a nap because I'm only going to get like 3 hours of sleep before I got to go to the dentist tomorrow. And maybe I'll go to work tomorrow. Try to see if I can make some money so I can, get a prescription filled and see if that won't kick whatever the rest of this is and keep my tooth from getting infected so I don't have to have a root canal. That would be nice. Anyway, I guess I'll just have to wait and see because only God knows what I need right now, and He knows what's going to happen, and I don't. So that's where it's at. So anyway, I'm sorry, today is not any better than yesterday. a whole bunch of rambling and complaining. And you know what? I think everybody has to have a day like that where they just, they hit a breaking point and they're just like, okay, I just need to cry. I just need to vent. I just need to get it out of my system so I can start over. And I think maybe that's just what I'm doing, because I was doing and doing and doing, and then I stopped, and then all of this stuff was going on anyway. So I just needed to take a break. I needed to vent. I needed to cry. I did all of those things today. So my only problem is I keep thinking all that's going to make everything go away, and I'm going to feel better and not stressed or not worried. And I know I don't need to worry, but I worry anyway. And I know I don't have any control over the outcome regardless. So I am hoping, even if I can't come up with any money, that the dentist will still do something for my tooth tomorrow. Anyway, that's all I got for today. And if nothing else, I'm grateful I have an appointment to go see the dentist tomorrow. And I don't have to wait until Wednesday next week, which is, way too far away. So anyway, just very grateful for that, because at least I don't have to go whole another week with my tooth hurting. So that'll be nice. And just grateful that God has continued to bless me and to help me get through all of this, regardless of how long it lasts or whatever happens. And just gotta remember to be grateful to be alive, and grateful that I at least called and made an appointment and took my vitamins today. So, and I ate a few times today. So we're good. I did some things, right? It's nice to remember that I did something instead of nothing, even if I feel like I did nothing. So, and I'm grateful I do these videos, because it helps me to have a more positive perspective and feel just a little bit better before I go to bed. So I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm going to go to bed. So, anyway, like I said before, if you like, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.